Welcome, blessers, and thank you for tuning into Blessings Radio. Today we have an amazing guest, Ms. Dina. Dina is a channeler, a soul language artist, and an activator. Welcome! Yay!
Yay! Thanks
So,
for
Dina,
having me.
tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Oh, wow. Well, basically, I'm a multi-dimensional artist, activator. I really am all about channeling in not only light language codes from the divine realms, the angels, dragons, and elementals, bringing forth codes that are helpful to humanity for everybody's consciousness to help them feel more empowered in their journey, really.
I love
And,
it. I love it.
yeah, and bring out their inner artists and their fun and their joy. And I feel like we all just to kind of do my little part in the world.
That's all we can do is try our best to help and heal one another, so you're an artist. I love your amazing drawings, paintings. You got some behind you. Now, have is that something, art, being an artist, is that something you've always been since you were younger, or something started later in life?
Actually, I started uh, painting. I started making jewelry before I think I was even painting.
Wow, that's
But
cool.
I started out dancing, and I was that little dancer girl. And but in uh, high school, the art really started. And but I didn't know anything about channeling or anything like that until much later in my life. But yeah, I mean, I've been basically painting and creating since I was little, really.
That's awesome. So what you have done, what it seems like you've done, is you've incorporated your artist work with your channeling work, and you kind of combine them, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's all connected. It's kind of like it's not really just me painting the paintings. Yeah.
Because you're
So we're
channeling
drawing.
as you're painting, correct?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome.
channeling the energy. Like it's like it's evolved so much, right? And so a lot of it has been like channeling the energy, emotion of joy and bliss, and other paintings, forgiveness, channeling the energy of forgiveness and compassion. And a lot of it's been like process work, and it's evolved where, like, for example, this is totally different because this was me channeling energy codes to assist someone with where they were with their chakras.
Oh, wow.
So, like, it's taken on a healing form, like a, uh, how can I channel art, coding, color, because all frequency, right?
Hmm.
So it's then it just like bringing in the colors and everything with intention. And a lot of it has been my higher self painting through me. I mean, they're so different,
I know, that's so
It's been
cool.
an
That is
evolution.
amazing. It is. I love it. I love it. So when did you start channeling?
I think I've always been channeling. I think I just didn't know, because
Yep.
if you were to see some of the paintings that I did, especially in college, I was painting like alien looking beings. I didn't even know what they were. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So I think
They
I've
exist.
always been, I just didn't know it. But it just became more in my awareness in the last, like, maybe around 2 or 3 years ago, because I started really getting into all the meditation and more yoga and more learning about myself. And so, like, I can go on and on,
Yeah,
but
definitely. So, and you have a thing with dragons, and that's what gravitated me towards you. Plus, you also do, is it Lemurian code or something like that? Lemurian, or what? light code you were saying?
Yeah, I do. I channel a lot of different. I channel Lemurian dragons. I channel like mostly Lemurian dragons, Lemurian fairies.
Wow.
But yeah, like dragons are like the main energy.
Yeah, I swear that I'm like, they're like my spirit animals, seriously. Them and like unicorns, and I tell people like
Yeah,
they really exist. Like
yeah,
don't think they don't. They seriously do exist. You know
they
what I mean?
do. It's just being able to see them and sense them and believe that they exist.
Exactly.
And for me, the dragons came into my life really February 2nd, 2020. So that
Oh,
was 2/2/2/20. Like where they
wow.
were like, there was a giant cloud formation that looked like a dragon that I saw. And I was like, I mean, I don't know how I made it to work okay, because I literally was like,
You get stuck on it, don't you? Because it's so fascinating.
it's so fascinating,
Definitely.
but they like leave, like they're in the sky, they're there. So yeah, so I mean, it's a little bit of a long story with me and the dragons, but I as a multidimensional being, in other lives, I am dragon. I'm dragon, I am dragon keeper, I am dragons, dragon trainer, so I believe that we all are living parallel lives all at the same time. And so I am here to bring in that dragon energy, and also educate people and speak about them, and help people that are connecting with them to feel more comfortable and embracing and bringing them together. Like there's so many aspects around dragons that people may not understand, but I want to help in making it more normal again.
Thank you. Exactly. It's like it became unnormal and people don't know about it. So you're bringing awareness, which is amazing. So thank you for that. Definitely.
Well, I'm not alone in that, because if I didn't read the Sophia Code by Kaya Ra, it wouldn't, that happened before I saw the dragon. So it's like I heard about her, and I was like reading about the 7/7 dragons, and then I saw the dragons in the sky. So it was like, and
It's
then
an alignment. It just opens up for you, and it's like the synchron. I can't say the
the
word. There we go, babe.
synchronicity,
Yep.
yeah. And the same day that I saw the dragon in the sky, I randomly went to a friend's store, and the first thing I saw was a Diana Cooper's Dragon Oracle deck.
I think I
And
have
I
that
got
one.
that.
Yep. So cool. I love me my dragons. I really do. I have a big red dragon. I think her name is Lucy. And I believe it is. And that's one of my definitely my guides, which is awesome. So tell me more because I'm interested in the whole Lemurian thing. Tell me more a little bit about that. And for those that are listening too.
Well, the connection with the Lemurian thing is my sister introduced me to one of her guides, that when I took her Lemurian water ceremony, and I went on this journey, and I learned how to do this Lemurian water blessing. And in this course, this workshop, I saw myself with the Lemurian water devas.
Wow.
And that was another piece of the puzzle, that I came to find out that I was a dolphin and I was a mermaid when I
See,
was in
that's
Lemuria.
I probably was too, because that's why I love me my dolphins and I love me my mermaids.
Yep.
Wow. That's so
And
I
they're
want
all
to do that.
connected.
Let me know when they're doing something like that again. I would love to do that.
Well, it's funny because I've been meaning to create ceremonies that I can bring that in, and kind of weave in, that, like the water blessing that I learned from her, And Marin, I can't think of her last name right now, but I want to be able to give her credit for that because I got it from her. And but yeah, it's beautiful, and it really helped me connect more with the water. And then the water dragons, the water serpents, but so it's like this. The water runs through all of us, so it's like this ancient knowledge that can be woken up within us when we do this water blessing. It's like seeing the water crystallize and move, and it's got the consciousness
Yep.
in the water, and then we drink it, and it's like reigniting something within us that can help us remember who we really are.
Wow.
And so that's what I feel like part of, when I do when I channel the light language, soul language, some people call it light language, some people call it soul language, is that it's all about helping to reignite what's already within you, what's already within the person that's ready to be reignited. It's like turning on a key.
Yep, definitely. Flipping that switch
It's
back
flipping
on
the
because it's been shut off when we came back here. Yep, I definitely agree with that. So I am super interested in that. And I'm super excited because you're going to be at Blessings Lounge for Psychic Fair, which I'm so happy. Yay.
Yeah, me
So I
too.
definitely want to see, what you're going to be offering your services there. So what will you be doing there?
You know what? I have that being written up, but basically I'm going to offer a few different options. And one of them is going to be for me to do some oracle card reading with some, for those who just want to start with that, and then see, bringing a little bit of messaging for them. And then another level can be that plus energy clearing, and another level can be that plus the more channeling of light code for clearing. So I have a friend working on my flyer. My friend Audrey does a lot of events like this, and she's helping me with
That's awesome.
the flyers.
Definitely. I'm super excited.
But basically a combination.
That's great. Well,
I
we have
am
so
too.
much to offer, so that's amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I do want to offer, like, for those that feel caught to it, I think I'm going to bring my art supplies, some of my watercolors, and probably either my watercolors or my watercolor pens, so I can do some quick light code drawings. And I'll probably bring some of my light code art. And actually I gotta figure out, like, will I be able to hang some on the wall? So
we'll figure it out, hon.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I'll be a combination of that. Yeah, a combination of that, and just kind of tailoring it to the people. Like, I'm going to give a few different options.
Yeah, because at least they know that they can choose a variety, which is great.
Exactly. And then I'll be letting them know about, other things that I do, so that if they want to be in contact with me later for, more of a, extensive session, or a commissioned painting, because I'm also painting people's higher selves too.
Nice. So talking about contact, how can people contact you?
Okay, well, I have my cell phone, so that's always, but it's on my Facebook page. But
yep, what's your Facebook page?
So I have my main Facebook page is Dina Ziskin Fortune.
Okay.
But I would also say Soul Butterfly Rising.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Soul Butterfly Rising. And then they can contact me on there because I have a business Facebook page on there, and send me a message through there.
Awesome.
And I do my best to like, check that. Like I'm always checking my messages. So there's that. But I have multiple. Oh, you know what I have? I have Linktree. The link tree is Dragon Dina. I can
Ooh,
give you that
nice.
because that has all my social media in there.
That's
I
awesome.
gotta make sure that's what it says.
I'm the
I'm
same
pretty
way. I'm
sure
like, wait,
it's
which email, which website? Wait, what am I doing? Don't worry about it. They'll find you. So either
I know,
Dina
right? I'm
Ziskin,
like trying to do all of it.
yep. So either Dina Ziskin
Fortune.
Fortune on Facebook or Soul Butterfly. What was the other rest of that? Soul Butterfly what?
Soul Butterfly Rising.
Okay, Soul
Soul
Butterfly
Butterfly
Rising.
Rising.
Rising on Facebook and
Yeah.
Linktree, Dina Dragon.
Yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure it's Dragon Dina. I should
Dragon
have
Dina.
written
There
that
we
down.
go. Sorry about that.
I think
Oh,
that they look for Dina's Ziskin Fortune on Linktree. They should be able to like find me that way.
okay, or just try Dragon Gina. I mean Dina, and they'll find you one way. Or
Yeah.
contact me
Yeah.
if you guys want to get in contact with her that easily as well. And you can definitely see Ms. Dina and her amazing talents and gifts at Blessings Psychic Fair, Halloween, 12 to 4 p.m., located in Troy, New York. Make sure to come through. It's free. We're going to have tons of amazing vendors and readers. Where else are you going to be anytime soon, honey? I know you have an event coming up as well.
Yeah, well, in like about an hour, in the Late Language Awakening Facebook group, I'm gonna be doing an activation session with my friend Allison, and I think we're almost out of spots, but that's in Light Language Activation. And then also through the Light Language Activation Facebook group, there's November 6th, there's a dragon activation event that I'm in a power of three, like there's a trio of us. And then I'm gonna put all that in my link tree so it's easier to find. I'm gonna start putting all of my events that I'm participating
Awesome.
in a link tree so it's easy to find.
There.
So it's
People are going to be looking for you. They're going to love your energy. They're going to love what you're doing. So make sure you guys contact her. And let's see, Dina. So you have that coming up in an hour, right? Now, tell me a
yeah,
little
it's
bit
at
more
4.
before I let you go, because I have my next interviewer coming up. Tell me a little bit more about the soul language. Okay, so you receive these codes that help with like healing. How to, because I heard you in your live. She has these amazing lives, you guys. She does dancing, and it's like you can see her channeling, and then you like start talking in a different language, right? That's
Yeah.
insane. So tell me a little bit more about that, because I'm super intrigued.
So it's basically sometimes I'm speaking like from my soul, like my soul is speaking through me, through my body, and that's when it's soul language more, but the thing is, because we're all multidimensional, I'm also able to channel in other energies like the dragons or the fairies, different elementals. I've been able to channel goddesses like Aphrodite and Isis. So the intention is the codes are either activating something within you that needs to be like to assist you with your journey, healing, channeling and healing energy to heal something specific, clearing the chakras, so moving things out of the way. So and then the light, like when I painted, it does different things for different people. Sometimes it could be heart opening, sometimes it can be for the solar plexus for empowerment. So it's so like I would what you call like an open channel.
Yeah.
And so I do my best to set my intentions, but sometimes it's a message that wants to come through for that person, or for the collective. So it's basically something that the heart, like you, it's not for, it's not like you would translate from English to Spanish. It's more, although I do receive like English words to help, like with the transmission, so I can help people to understand what the message is. It's not translatable like word for sound. It's more like you feel it in your heart. And then when you're like opening your heart and allowing your visual and your senses to feel it, you can also then feel it in your body. So it really takes someone to be open to
Yeah,
receiving.
that's
You
true.
know,
That is so true. That's why I tell everybody that I do my readings, I say all I ask is that you come with an open mind and open heart to be able to receive. Because you really got to open yourself up. You know what I mean? That's the best way you're going to be able to receive what is for you, you know? So that makes
exactly.
total sense to me, definitely.
And I'm an empath, so like I can feel something within the other person, like, and I get the information to be like, okay, let's work on their heart and their throat. And then I just allow, I trust and I allow that whatever needs to come through, from my guides, my higher self, the dragons, the fairies, whoever wants to be present in that moment.
Definitely.
And all like come through me at the same time. It's
So,
really wild.
not to like put you on a spot, but are you picking up on anything on me right now? Like I give you my permission to see whatever you can pick up on me. Not to
Oh
put you on the
boy.
spot. I don't want to
Okay.
put you on the spot, but if you do, you do. If not, I'm just going to wait until October 31st to go get it from you anyway.
Well, you know what? I feel like my attention went right to my roots, right to your root chakra.
Awesome.
And there's something that just can be a little like, just a little like,
That makes sense.
yeah.
It
And
does.
okay, well, I'm not going to pry, but I'm glad that it makes sense. And it's just something that just wants to find balance, just
Yep.
wanting to find balance in your home and in your personal life, like between the people, finding the having also boundaries, and so that there's like this harmony.
Yeah. That makes total sense. You're spot on, hun. Wow. Mind blowing, you guys. Make sure you guys check her out. Definitely in all her events coming up. Make sure to find her on Facebook, Dina Ziskin Fortune, and see her at Blessing Psychic Fair, October 31st, 12 to 4. I'm getting more of that reading, hon. I need more of that in my life. Plus, I want you to do some of your code work, and I want to see about that the water blessings and all that. I'm super excited. Like I can't wait. I wish it was like tomorrow. Seriously.
I know, I'm really excited and I'm really grateful. And I feel like this is like the beginning. So yeah, so let's talk about maybe doing like one of these ceremonies at your place or something. And
Yes, I would love to have you. Oh my gosh. That
we
would
can
be
do something
amazing.
fun. I have ideas are coming to me right already.
Yeah.
Right,
Write them.
right away.
Write them all down. We could definitely discuss that. I would love for you to have some of these ceremonies at Blessings Lounge. That would be amazing. I would
Yeah,
be super
it's time
selfish,
for
but I would love
unity.
that.
It's time
Definitely.
for some more unity, right?
Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Long overdue. We definitely need that in our lives right now. Without a
Exactly.
doubt.
Well, I'm so grateful. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. I'm super excited and so happy that you're going to be joining us. I cannot wait to physically meet you in person and get
I
more
know.
of that amazing reading you just did like in 2.5 seconds, but was spot on. That's insane. I love it. Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing your gifts with us, love. Mwah. See you
you.
soon,
Bye.
okay? Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi, blessers, and welcome back. We have another amazing guest. This is Bill of Vital Bioenergetics. And I had the lovely pleasure of meeting him at the Mind, Body, and Soul Expo a few, what was that, September, I think it was, because I went for my birthday, right?
September 4th.
Yeah, it was September 4th. That was awesome. And I gravitated towards him because he had this amazing concept, right? So I
Mhm.
just did a brief because you was offering free what was it called again? I'm sorry.
A free clearing, an Akashic dowsing clearing.
Yes, Akashic Dowsing Clearing. So before we dive into all of that, please tell our listeners and viewers who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Bill G. I've been an energy healer for over 20 years. I started out as a Reiki practitioner, and then starting in 2003, I started going into Akashic dowsing. Akashic dowsing, how that works is you use a pendulum and a series of charts to read a client's soul record, find out what's blocking you, what's preventing you from living your best life, or clearing away things with relationships, fear, career, and whatever. And so we do the research. We tune into your high self. We dive into that, and then then a story emerges. And that story is you, and what is it you're going through. And then once we understand the story, we can bring that into the conscious awareness, and then we ask high self to clear it. And then that's when the real work really begins too, because once you see that, once you are aware of what your blocks are and what your programs you're running, then you can make the conscious effort to then change that. And I learned how to do that in 2003. I started off with a protocol called the spiritual response therapy, which was developed by Robert Detzler. And I did that exclusively up until a couple of years ago. And then recently, my wife and I have been coming up with our own protocols. The first protocol that we came up with was called the Twin Flame Within Restructuring, which is based on Chinese cosmology. And then we have another protocol called the Time Temple Charts, which has to do with a combination of sacred geometry and mathematics to create a time-space coordinate so we can change your life path using these particular charts. And we are currently developing a new set of charts called the Ascension Charts, which goes deep into past life research and goes into breaking away the constructs that block us from having our best life expression.
Yeah, that sounds totally amazing. Oh my gosh. I wish you were joining us. If you can, we're having the Psychic Fair, Blessing Psychic Fair on Halloween. If you wanted to join us, I could make room for you because I want to get one done. I need to get one done, though. I know it's short notice, but oh my gosh, that it would just fit perfectly with everything else that we're doing there. Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't think I can make Halloween,
That's okay.
but
I'll let you know
I
about
am
my
going to
next
be.
one.
Yeah, well, I will be in Dover, New Hampshire on November 6th at a psychic fair.
Okay, awesome.
That the Silver Fountain Psychic Fair. And then the weekend after that, I'll be at the Natural Living Expo in Marlborough, Massachusetts.
Oh, nice. So you're traveling getting all over the place with that.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Awesome.
I love doing live. I love doing live clearings whenever I can. I mostly work out of Zoom. So if somebody wanted to set up an appointment with me, generally we'll go through Zoom because that's it's safer. We're still living in a COVID world, so it's safe and it's confidential, and then we can take our time with it. Sessions are $80 an hour, and you book directly online through our website. And the
what is that?
The website is vitalbioenergetics.com. It's VITAL bioenergetics.com. And you can book directly online. In fact, we offer a free 30-minute consultation in case you are curious and you're not quite sure if this is right for you, you can then just talk to me for a half an hour. Tell me what's going on in your life. Is this right for me or not? And then we'll make a determination. You see if you're a good fit for me, I'm a good fit for you. And then we take it from there. And there's plenty of time slots available. I have time slots available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Because
Wow,
I
that's
have a lot of
awesome.
people who book from the West Coast and whatever, so I have to be flexible in that area.
Definitely.
I've also had some clients as far away as Australia.
Oh
So
my gosh, that's
it does.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And again, it really comes down, and that particular person found me from another podcast that I was interviewing with. So, I mean, you never know who's going to book a session.
That is true. I remember I did my first international medical intuitive reading, and she was all the way in Singapore.
Oh, right, right.
And I was like,
Yeah,
I can't believe I did that just happened. And it was really good. So it's like no matter the distance, no matter how far, obviously
absolutely.
we can connect, you know. So that's so awesome.
I,
Um,
I've seen clients in Pakistan. I've seen clients in
wow.
Australia. I've seen them in England.
That's
And some people, just two towns over.
yeah, basically, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm looking forward. I got to set my appointment up with you. So you've been doing this, you said, since 2003, correct?
Yes, yes. I have been I've been doing Akashic dowsing since 2003. I've been doing this professionally for 3 years now.
Okay, awesome. Now, what led up to you getting into this? Like you said, you do Reiki as well, right? Fellow
That's
Reiki
true.
master here. Awesome.
Yes. I
Um,
was a master teacher for a while.
yay. So, okay, so did you start with Reiki first and then?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I did. I was a
awesome.
Reiki a practitioner. I learned Reiki so that I could be more help to my wife, who is an acupuncturist,
Oh,
because
cool.
we always played with the idea of going into business together, doing that healing. And she's an acupuncturist, so
Nice.
we actually the business is the two of us.
See, even
She
better.
does.
Why do it with your partner, your best friend, your mate? That's beautiful.
Absolutely. She's not only my business partner, she is my muse. She does a lot of the research. She understands the math better than I do. Um, and then let's see, helped co-write the Time Temple charts. She co-wrote my last book. Um,
Which is, since we're
which is
there,
called Discerning the Time Temple, or what is it? Is it Discerning the Time Temple?
yeah,
It's
show us.
Unlocking the Time Temple. As in,
Unlocking.
is Unlocking the Time Temple is
That's
our
cool.
last
And where
book.
can people
Oh,
get that at?
yeah, well, it's available on Amazon, but it's a little pricey because we will give this out for you if you take our training class
Oh,
on the Time Temple. So
so you
I
do
actually
training classes too?
I do training classes.
Wow.
The In fact, our next training class for the Time Temple charts is in January. It's a 3-day intensive. And with it, you get a full set of charts. And the charts are all professionally printed on PVC, so they're very durable because they have moving parts. That's what makes them really cool.
Oh,
So the
wow.
Time Temple charts have moving parts. They're like a stacked record player, like those old-fashioned record players.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
those stacked things.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're looking for there is a coordinate. And once you find the coordinate, the time-space coordinate of whatever's bothering you or whatever's is blocking you, then you find the anchoring coordinate on the chart itself. And that gets explained when you actually do the training, whatever. But
Yeah, that
it's
because
a
that seems like a lot of information that
absolutely
like even like with astrology readers, how they can go into the planets, the houses, the asteroids. I don't even know.
right.
It's like, wow,
It's
you
very
never would
complicated
think
stuff. Yes.
like all this stuff plays a factor, but it
Mhm.
really does.
Yeah, and the Time Temple charts. There is a we pulled information from Yogananda. We've got information in there from um, the Law of One. We have one chart that's very heavily steeped in the Law of One, and then Chinese cosmology is in there as well. And so it's it's fairly complicated, but once you get the hang of it, the feedback that I've gotten from the people who I've taken through this training so far is that it is like generally, 99.9% accurate
I believe it.
when doing this. And then, and what it tells you, what I love about the time temple charts is it not only tells you what's wrong to be able to put it into your conscious awareness, it tells you what you need to do in order to get to the next step.
See,
And that, I think, is golden,
exactly that, because that's
because
what
there's
you need. You got to know how to move forward and move past
right,
whatever's hindering you and blocking you.
right. And there's so many things that so many different dowsing or scrying techniques that will tell you what the problem is, but won't give you too many, won't give you a solution. It's like, okay,
Exactly.
yeah, there's your problem.
Yep.
Great. All right. I think I already knew that.
What do I do with it now? Like
I
that's
know what I
the
do.
$1 million question. Okay, thank you.
But what this does is it provides you with dharmas or practices that you can focus on. And then also we have another protocol called the time jump, which is also about changing your timeline to a new higher vibration, because it's all about, and that's really the crux of my work. I mean, you can come to me with problems with your work, relationships, and whatever. The crux of it, the bottom line is, I am dedicated to helping you raise your vibration so that we can evolve to the next level, because it is happening. Whether we want it to or not, it is
Seriously.
happening.
Yep, I totally agree with you.
And so as it is happening, we need the tools to be able to deal with it, because everyone's crap is coming up. Everybody has this, all of their shadow is being presented to them, and it's happening in the world, and it's happening to us on a micro level. And so it is so important to first expand our awareness to what it is we need to be working on, and then building in the practices that we need to be doing in order to keep that consciousness awareness expanding. We must keep expanding. Otherwise, this becomes an extremely painful process, and we don't want it to be too painful. Painful is okay, but can't be too painful,
Exactly.
because if it's too painful, then we want to stop.
And we want to quit. Yeah.
And we want to quit, right?
Yep.
It's like going to the gym for the first time, and you take,
Like,
and you sign up for the advanced yoga class, and you're like, what? And
and you can't move the next day.
Right. You
Yep.
need to work your way up to that, and the way you work up to that is first be aware of what it is that is blocking you, clear it, figure out what else is blocking you after that, clear that, and then you can work your way up and find new tools and new practices in order to live that more authentic life and that more consciousness expansion. And again, that is really the crux of my work. I really don't, I don't care where you've come from or what your traumas are or what you have experienced in your lifetime. I see you as a beautiful soul that you've come to me for a reason, and you've come to me for help. And so we're going to get you the help by asking you. We're going to ask your high self, which is the highest aspect of you, and they're going to tell us what to do.
There you go. Amen for that. And thank you for definitely shining your gifts with the rest of the world, because Lord knows we need them.
Absolutely.
So real quick, before I let you go, because I know you're a busy man, can you send a visual of how a typical reading from you, a meeting with you starts?
Okay, so like I said, most of the sessions are done online. So what we would do is we would first start talking, just figuring out what it is you need to be working on. I also have, during the Zoom call, I will have my notes up on the screen for you to see as I am typing them out. Perfect. So that way, if I get anything wrong or I'm not quite understanding what you're saying, you can correct me. So that way we've set the intention. Definitely. And so the first 5 10 minutes of it, we're just setting the intention of what the reading's going to be. And then, okay, let's figure out what we want to be working on today. And for that, I pick up the pendulum and I ask the pendulum, which protocol are we going to today? And it says, are we going to the spiritual response therapy protocol? Are we going to the time temple charts? Are we going to the ascension charts? Are we going to any other charts that I got available to us? And then it'll show us where we need to go. It'll tell us which protocol we need to be following, because there's lots and lots of protocols.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start the dowsing, and I'm taking the notes as we go. And while I'm taking the notes, I try not to get too cerebrally involved in what's happening there, because again, I want to. So sometimes while I'm typing, we'll talk about the weather, hey, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
and the thing is, and while I'm doing this, the charts are being pulled in, because I want to keep my conscious mind out of the reading.
Yep.
Because if my conscious mind is too much in the reading, then my conscious mind may influence said reading.
Yep.
And then after it's done, then we take a look at it. What's the pattern? And usually the pattern will just show it'll reveal itself to me in some way. I'll see the different words that are being used. I'll see the different things that are being brought up. And if I'm not 100%, then I say, okay, all right, just give me a second, and I'll close my eyes and I'll just start typing and just doing the automatic typing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that will bring that pattern together in some cohesion. And then we talk about it. Does this make sense to you? Does it, does this ring true to you? And 99% of the time it's like, wow. People are like, wow, that's how
would you know all of
that?
this?
Like, it just came up.
Exactly.
And
That's
so,
what they always ask. How do you know this? I'm like, they give it to me. I connect, and they just give me all this. I just download all the information they give me, and I'm just passing it along to you. Then at
that point, I'll ask, is there any further research to be done? And it'll give me a yes or no. If the answer is yes, then we'll go to another protocol and get more information. And do we need more research? Yes, we do, or no, we don't. Okay. And then at that point, once we have the complete picture, then we swing the pendulum in a counterclockwise direction to bring in the awareness. And we're bringing in that awareness of the program into our conscious minds. And then we ask high self to clear it, and then the pendulum does a clockwise rotation. And the rotation is extremely important, because the rotation creates a torsion field. And again, we're talking math now. Torsion fields are extremely important because they breaks through the space-time barrier in order to not only clear it in this lifetime, in this moment, but in every lifetime, every moment.
That's perfect.
Throughout all existence.
And much needed.
Yes, and it's as if we're giving you a rewrite. It's as if it never happened.
Yep. You don't have to carry it with you any longer in this lifetime. Exactly.
Right. But there's still the element of choice. We still have freedom of choice. If after we're done and the client goes off and says, and because then what happens is there's an instruction.
Mm-hmm. Homework.
And often I'll put at the bottom of, at the end of it, okay, here's your homework.
Yep.
Your homework is, and the homework usually is revealed itself within the reading itself. It's like, this is your homework. You need to be meditating on this particular chakra. You need to be exercising on this particular chakra. You need to be changing your diet in this specific way. Okay. And that's the homework. And then at the end of that, we'll say, okay, is there any mop up? And mop up at the end is what other words of wisdom need to be brought in. And for that, we have a chart for that. And these are words from Robert Detzler. These are words that are in in my other protocols as well. And it's just that last little bit that you need to hear. This is advice you need to hear.
Definitely.
And again, we put that in the notes. And at that point, you have the choice. The choice is, Do I do my homework or do I not do my homework?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care whether or not you do your homework, in the sense that this is your job. It's not my job to do your homework for you.
You did your job already.
I did my job already. And the thing is, something you need to be aware of is, once your conscious mind is aware of the homework you need to do to expand your consciousness, and you make a conscious choice, I am not going to do this, the universe is going to drop a piano on your head.
Yep.
In the sense that you are now aware of what you need to do. I am choosing not to do it. Now it's creating a condition where you're going to learn that lesson no matter what, because your high self is saying, hey,
Mm-hmm.
I gave you good advice here. I gave you a job to do, and if you don't do it, then you're going to do it.
Yep.
One way or another.
One way or another, it's gonna happen.
One way or another.
It really is.
A great example from my own life is that I wanted very much to do this work. I was in the corporate world for 15 years while I was learning how to do this work. And I was like, okay, universe, I am too scared, because the readings kept saying, you need to quit your job. You need to quit your job. You need
That
to
fear, boy, is
transition
something
into
else,
this
isn't it?
new job.
Yep.
This is your freaking job.
Yep.
But I was too scared. I was like, no.
Is,
I like my paycheck.
You like the stability. You like the, the knowing that you have a job to go to, knowing you're gonna have to pay your bills.
And even though I was miserable, I was miserable doing that work, they dropped the piano on my head.
Yep.
I got laid off.
We're gonna take this out of you.
They laid me off. And the thing is, it was a good thing in the sense that, I got the 2-month severance and I got unemployment or whatever, but the getting laid off was traumatic. It was not fun. It's not fun being called into your boss's office with HR sitting there.
No, not at all. Nobody wants to do that.
No, it's not fun. And so, I could have made the choice to say, no, I'm going to transition out of this job on my own terms and through my own being in my power. But I was like, no, I'm going to give up my power to something else. And it became a traumatic experience.
Yep.
It didn't have to be that way.
Exactly.
And so I was in a put up or shut up moment. And at the moment, I had 0 clients. I had nothing. And I was like, I could have been all this time building up my book of clients and transitioning out of this job. But instead, I took the lazy route and they dropped a piano on my head.
Exactly. Now they're just going to make it 10 times harder so you can finally learn your lesson.
And it made it harder, right? And it made it harder.
Yep. But more, welcoming and more, what's the word? Just being grateful at the end of it, like,
yes,
even for that piano dropping, even for being laid off, it's like being grateful for the universe to opening your eyes up, like, this is where you need to be, this is your job that you need to be doing.
Exactly.
Definitely.
And so after your session with me, and then you get your homework and whatever, then you sit with it for a little while, and then you schedule a follow-up.
Okay.
The follow-up is the only provision I make for clients is give it a week. Don't call me back. Don't make another appointment 2 days from now, expecting a whole lot of things have changed in 2 days. Give it a little more time than that.
Yeah, same thing like with Reiki. Like you may feel something right then and there, but the overall, you want to give it some time to really.
You need to give it at least a week to integrate.
Yeah.
And then, because I have clients I see on a weekly basis, I have clients I see on a bi-weekly basis, I have clients I see once a month, I see once every 6 months. I got clients that call me once a year.
Yeah.
And so it really comes down to, where is your comfort level and how fast you want to be progressing, because it is like peeling away layers of an onion. Once we hit one, there's going to be another and another and another, until you start developing the self-discipline that you need. And that's my goal,
Yep.
My goal is not to create a codependent relationship with my clients.
Exactly.
My goal is to give you the tools that you need so you can do this on your own.
Definitely. And
And
it's
so it
up to
thrills
them if
me
they do
when
it.
somebody doesn't call me again, or they call me a year later and say, my life is great. That thrills me to death.
They've been doing the work, you know?
They've been doing their
And
homework, right?
that's what people got to understand. You have to do the work if you want to reap the benefits, you know?
Absolutely.
And it's not, it may not be easy, but it so will be worth it when the time comes. You know, peeling those layers can be very painful, but by the time it's all said and done, you look back a year later, you'd be like, wow, I am nowhere near what I used to be
Right.
because I did that hard work.
So if people are interested in checking me out before the try before you buy thing, I have a YouTube channel. It's under my name, William G. I also have a weekly podcast called High Vibes.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. I remember that.
Yeah, the High Vibes is available on iHeartRadio. It's available on Spotify. It's through Podbean. It's also, if you go to the website and you click on the podcast link, it's also there. And the podcast is also available on the YouTube channel. I also have I have 3 books that are available on Amazon.
Awesome.
One's called Conscious Conduit, the User's Guide to Ascension, and the other 2 are Spirit Path Book of Days Volume 1 and Spirit Book of Days Volume 2. Again, those are available on Amazon. Those are primarily focusing on spiritual response therapy, but people say they like them. They are all channeled works in the sense that I dowsed them before I wrote them. And so the dowsing, high
I was
self.
just gonna ask you real quick, for those that may not know what dowsing is,
Right.
can you explain that for them so they
Okay,
can
a
get a better
dowser,
understanding?
a dowser is anybody who is using some kind of tool that keys into subtle muscle movements in your body, which is on the unconscious level. It can be done with a pendulum. It can be done with dowsing rods. There are different ways of dowsing. What most people are familiar with when it comes to dowsing are water dowsers, people who find wells with dowsing rods. You can also find energetic lines, ley lines, and that sort of thing with dowsing rods. I don't generally use a dowsing rod. I use a pendulum because I use charts.
Me too.
And when I call myself an Akashic dowser, what I'm doing is I'm reading your Akashic record, your soul record, with a pendulum.
That's amazing. I really need to set my
And I'm actually a
video.
member of the American Society of Dowsers, which is located in Danville, Vermont.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay, so real quick, just to rewind, you got a couple events you got coming up.
Yep.
You want to mention those real quick before we let our viewers and listeners go?
Yes, I will be at the Silver Fountain Psychic Fair in Dover, New Hampshire. That is from 11 to 4, and that is sponsored by Karen Tatro. The Silver Fountain Inn is a Victorian bed and breakfast. And they're having a high tea. And
nice.
if you book for the night, you get to do a spirit investigation with Karen Tatro, because that's her thing.
Oh, I have to check that out. That sounds interesting.
Oh, it sounds like a lot of fun.
I could take a night
my
off
wife
and
and
do
son
that.
are coming, and so they're going to do the high tea while I'm running my booth. And then the following weekend, I'll be at the Natural Living Expo in Marlborough, Massachusetts, which is New England's premier health and wellness fair. It is a 2-day event. They've got over 200 vendors,
Oh my
and
gosh.
they generally get about 5 somewhere in the realm of 10,000 people
Oh
coming
my
through.
gosh. I need to do more of those. I got to get involved with that kind of stuff. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm also doing a workshop at that particular event as well. I'm going to be leading a meditation group on Sunday morning.
Nice.
So yeah, that I'm really excited about that. And then I have my I'm also teaching a tax class in through my website. I'm because that's something else I do. I prepare taxes for H&R
Me
Block.
too. How funny is that? I went to school for accounting, got my degree and everything.
I have an accounting degree too. That's why I got my
Hey, high
MBA.
five, fellow accountant.
Yay, there we go. I have a but anyway, if you're an esoteric entrepreneur, if you're looking into do this as a full-time gig, I have a class through my website called Preparing for Tax Season for Esoteric Entrepreneurs. It's how
Oh, that's
what you need to
awesome.
know for your Schedule C.
Yeah.
And then in January, I have the 3-day intensive for the time temple charts. That one's $600. And with that, you're going to get a set of your own charts, the textbook, and a 15 hours of direct instruction.
Oh, nice. That's beautiful.
And that's
And
also done through Zoom.
And your website again is
Vital
vitalbioenergetics.
vitalbioenergetics.com.
Okay. So it's
VITAL bioenergetics, all one word.
There you go. Vitalbioenergetics.com. Make sure. And how about Facebook? Do you have a page on that as well?
I do. We have a Vital Bioenergetics Facebook page, and also I have a personal Facebook page with my name.
Okay, perfect. If I don't have you on Facebook, I don't know if we have each other on Facebook. I'll try to find you so then I can tag you when I post this video. Okay.
Awesome.
So that would be great. And thank you so much for joining us as Blessings Radio. It was an honor.
It was my pleasure.
I'm blown away by all that you do. That is so
Thank
cool.
you.
And I look forward. I got to get my my segment in with you, my reading, to see what we can fix with me. I'm sure there's a few kinks I need to stretch out.
Sure. Looking forward to it.
Thank you so much, Bill. Enjoy the rest of your day. Everyone, make sure to check him out at vitalbioenergetics.com and on Facebook as well. His YouTube page is William G, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and go to him for all your needs. Thank you so much, Bill. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.